Ladies and gents, welcome to Robot in the Morning. It is good to start off another lovely week with all of you. Welcome to the stream. I hope you have a fantastic day today. Alright, we already have a few people in here. Real Possum, Sophia, Asholis. Asholis says it's a day off for him tomorrow. If the weather's like it is today, he's going for a bike ride, a few laps around the park, and that is fantastic. Quite frankly, we need to keep ourselves active. So, speaking of activity, good morning to my friends from the USA. Good afternoon to those of you from the UK and Europe, and good evening to those of you from Asia. This is Robot in the Morning. Today we have some lovely cafe ambiance playing in the background, and I'll be treating you all to a variety of stories, to get your motivational spirit into the groove. Thank you for the host as well, Sophia. So, today I'll start off by saying, let's start off with some light positivity. I think I have finally settled. Because I'm excited, Sophia, because I'm excited. Today, I have finally settled. I have finally settled on how I'm going to carry out my ASMR. So, tomorrow you guys will see the first video of that uploaded on my YouTube. And Sophia literally just asked, why have we got a posh accent today, young man? Because I feel it in my bones. And besides, y'all don't want to listen to the same thing every single day, me doing motivation. No! You want to live, you want to see and hear something different. Technical difficulties ahoy to you. Good morning and good Monday. I hope you're all having a fantastic time today. Now, brand new week, brand new concepts, brand new ideas, but I must also say, it amuses me. It really does. How often, people are willing to stoop so low when they dislike you, or they dislike what you stand for, or something that you're doing rubs them the wrong way. They have so much distaste and disdain and dislike in their hearts. Some of those of you who know my Twitter will definitely know what happened, but I must share this tale because it is a funny tale. For me, it is a funny tale, right? So, yesterday, now I play Dauntless. I would love teas and scones with that podcast, Sophia. That would be a fantastic addition to the podcast today. Tea and scones would be fantastic, but unfortunately I don't have them here in front of me. But what I do have is a good story. So, yesterday I posted a video. I had actually filmed it live in the morning while I was doing my Dauntless stream. And I filmed a video with the axe build that I'd built on Dauntless. I did it in front of a live audience. I showed them the entire build. I practiced the build in front of them. So those who were watching that stream knew the power of the build because they had seen it firsthand. So I posted the build, and of course the build started getting plenty of attention and such whatnot. I think it's about up at 170 views right now, which is fantastic. I always celebrate these little achievements. Every 10 views, I like to thank people. It's a little milestone. 10 people have watched your video. That's fantastic. It's like doing a performance, recording it, and 10 people literally took the time out of their day to sit and watch that performance. That's fantastic. That is truly fantastic. It's not something that you can deny yourself. So, I posted that video yesterday, and Asholis is sending me virtual tea and scones with lots of jam and whipped cream, maybe a few strawberries too. We were watching Lord of the Rings. I'm going off topic here, but Kaz and I were watching The Return of the King yesterday, and the iconic line is stuck in my head. Sam, I can't remember the taste of strawberries and cream. And then after that, I can't carry that thing, Mr. Frodo, but I can carry you. Oh man, it is beautiful. But anyway, thank you for the virtual tea and scones. I would very much like them. So the haters yesterday, they seem to dislike the fact that I'm quite successful at building these builds on Dauntless. People really enjoy that, and I play with more than a few people these days. I'm trying to be more social, on Dauntless, and Thank you, Sophia. I appreciate your help with those videos, I mean, they've tried to dislike my videos into oblivion, but it's not going to happen because how many accounts can they can they create, you know? Hang on, I'll even show you this video. This one particular video, right? I'll give you the link to it. But 3 people went out of their way to post negative shit on my video. And as far as I can tell, let me see. Yeah, one person has not made content for months. They've got like 54 subscribers. They hardly make any content. One is a freshly created account, and one makes content, but, you know, they don't really help or guide people. And I think they are partnered with Dauntless, which is even sadder. You know, the fact that these people are partnered and, you know, go around doing shit, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that, you know, these people tried so hard to hate on my video, and all it did was get my community together to support me even more and to show that we are standing stronger against hates, you know. I think, you know, technical difficulties, I don't understand people who do that either. I mean, if I don't like your video, I'm not going to go there and comment, oh my god, it's so bad, you suck, and everything sucked. You see, I don't understand these people, because yeah, what kind of life do you live that you are so free as to be able to come to a person's video and talk smack? Really, who has the time? I don't have the time. Tomorrow I've got ASMR to get out. I've got to write my new rap song tomorrow. I have a lot on my plate. There is no free time. Any time that I have is spent creating new, fresh content. Even then, sometimes I long for a moment when I would have a break. You would think that being a content creator is living the dream. No, it is even harder than working a day job, because number one, there is no paycheck. Okay, it's only what your fans or your friends, you know, choose to give you. So you have to be able to live on your own. You know, and thankfully I've got more than enough to last. But the fact is, there's so much effort that goes into all of this and into making it a success. And it's crazy how you think that I must be living the life or so free. No, Frodo Baggins, no. There is no life to be lived like this. No. You know, I would bring out the Ian McKellen voice just for that, because it's actually quite a daunting task, truly, to be a full-time content creator, to really put in the effort day in, day out, to make something new, to create something, to work on content. And you have to be self-motivated and self-disciplined to the point that you must tell yourself, today I must do this or I will die. And I tell myself that every day, because you must work on it, you know. Technical Difficulty says there are a lot of people out there who take pleasure in hurting others. You know, you're right, because they don't have any other outlet. Like I said, it must be so sad to be them. They have, number one, like, you know, they have nothing. They have no talent whatsoever. Yet here is an Asian man doing what they cannot, you know, being proud of himself. You see, let me tell you, there are streamers out there who get their tips so easily, they get their subs so easily. They do one stream, they haven't been back for ages, and they get like 64 subs. Why? Because their little simps are all there, you know, ready to throw money at them. And that is fine. And I could sit here and say, man, here I'm putting in effort and not getting anything, and I could be upset about that. But I'm not, because I don't know what they have done in the background for that. They could genuinely be on their hands and knees to get that. You never know. So to comment on another's life, you know, would be ill of me. I could not do that in a good conscience. Because how can we judge another? You know, even Technical Difficulties, I must say, I used to think like that, tits help, but no, there are female streamers out there who struggle to make it as well, and they are very hardworking. Some of them, you know, look by average standards awesome, but, you know, it's difficult for them. I cannot judge another man in such a way, no. I cannot judge another lady in such a way, no. Because we're all putting in effort in different ways. So we don't know what kind of deals they've done in the background or what they're doing to achieve their means. But whatever it is, they're achieving their means by some way, shape, or form, you know. And I think you're right, Ashol. Sometimes I believe that they must be hurting themselves to bring people down to their level, you know. It is interesting how these people function and operate. Truly. I would never judge another because I do not know their story. But at the same time, I would also ask myself, am I putting in the effort that is worthy of me on this day? That is what I tell myself, because why worry about what others wish to judge of you when it is you who should worry about what your own judgment of yourself is? Have I done what is right? For me, as I make these videos, I say, yes, I am sharing a build that I know works because I test it and prove it live. I showcase to people live, this is how this works. It will do this amount of damage. It will get you through this content. You don't believe me? I will prove it to you right now. I do that because I know in my heart that never will I sell a product to another man, nor will I promote something that I do not believe in myself. I must try it first. If I am not willing to put my money where my mouth is, my mouth will not go there in the first place. Archelaus wrote, Booker T. Washington said it well, I will not permit no man to narrow and degrade my soul by making me hate him. Well, he's a better man than me because, quite frankly, there are those that I do hate. There are those that I do hate. And I hate them with good reason. Not by race, denomination, or anything else, but I hate them because they have proven themselves through empirical evidence to be the worst of individuals. I reserve my hatred for these people. For though it may not be my duty to judge them, for as they would say in religion, it is God's duty to judge, right? It may not be my duty to judge them, but it will be my duty to send them to God. And Real Possum, sorry, I think I didn't read out your name before. That's right, judge not others for you do not know their story. That is a very good parable, and it's important. We cannot judge others because we don't know of their struggles. We don't know what they're doing in the background to achieve. We don't know how they have managed to build up their following. Instead, we should celebrate and look toward our own achievements. How are we growing? How are we performing? How are we doing? Don't compare yourself to another. Your journey is different to theirs. It's a bit silly to say this, but I'll say it anyway. It'd be like comparing Merry and Pippin's journey with Frodo and Sam. Frodo and Sam, in my opinion, by far had the tougher journey, for they were isolated, alone. They had no one to rely on other than each other. Whereas Merry and Pippin, they were almost taken care of. But Merry and Pippin went off to fucking war. Whereas Frodo evaded enemy. He wasn't involved in the big battles. His job was sneaking. It was like a stealth mission versus a frontline mission. To be fair, frontline missions can be pretty hard. For those of you that play video games, you would know sometimes it's very much harder to stay on the front line and survive. Alright? Because everything's got a pointy stick and it's ready to stick that pointy stick inside you. So, that is why I think it is important to say that we cannot judge another's journey. And at the same time, it makes me think, why do these people judge my journey? Why do they hate me so much? What have I ever done to them? Other than to be an Asian man proud of his own success, proud of his own life. Other than this, have I done them any wrong? And I'll tell you the answer is no, I have not done them any wrong. I am genuinely but an Asian man who has been proud of his journey, who has been proud of what he has achieved, who is proud of what he works on day in, day out. That is who I am. And I am proud of that. That is an acceptable point of view. Technical difficulties. Life is hard. And sometimes we find it difficult to care about the stories of others. I myself rarely care about the tales of others or what is going on in their life, unless it affects mine. But I think that for me, as I come more and more into the entertainment business, as I come more and more into the motivational business as well, it falls upon me, I think, to force an interest almost. To suggest that I must be the one to take the step forward and have an interest. Yes, in fact, technical difficulties. Why don't you tell your story? I'm sure it would be a tale worth listening to. And we would love to share it. You see, there is very little in today's day and age where others are willing to give of themselves and where others are willing to truly support another. It is difficult. But I think that slowly, as we walk and build our capability and our existence, as we build the presence of our existence, well, that's okay. You can share it when you feel comfortable, my friend. But again, I say, as we build our existence, let's use the I build my presence and existence. I find myself more and more interested in that which goes around me. I am a steadfast solo gamer. I very much dislike playing with others. I tell it to Kaz, sometimes when we have our private conversations. Sometimes I feel like my brain is going at 300%. And then oh, that's okay, my friend. Like I said, as and when, someday, perhaps you'll share it. And if not, that's absolutely okay as well. But the more that I run, the more that I do all this, I genuinely feel it inside of me. I must break away from certain types of behavior. I feel like the whole world, whenever I play with others, I sometimes feel like I'm operating on XYZ level. They're operating on like a much slower level. And I used to think constantly in such terms because it felt frustrating when you know something and you know it so fast and you process it so fast. And others can't seem to do that. And then you question with yourself. You question, how exactly do I relate to these individuals? But slowly over time, I have tried to break away from that behavior. I've learned to give myself personal space when I want to play alone. But on some things like Dauntless, I am more willing. If for those that embrace my stream and for those that enjoy my company, I'm more than willing to help them out, even though it might be a little bit like a chore sometimes. I think that slowly over time, I am grasping better. I'm understanding better. And there is indeed such a thing as no common ground. Agree to disagree. Even Kaz and I have times when we cannot agree with one another. We must agree to disagree, for we have two different perspectives. That is who we are as individuals, and that cannot be denied. But I think that sometimes, a little bit of willingness, a little bit of open-mindedness can go a long way. Or at least that is what I'm learning these days. And I think I'm a little bit proud of that. That I'm slowly learning a little more about being willing to look at things with a better perspective. And that, I guess, is my motivational message for this morning. Judge not others, and look at things with an open mind. Even darker things, when they happen to you. Even more painful things. Try to look at them through a more positive lens, at times. I would think that is important. I would think that is a message that I would like to send. That we sometimes need to have a more open mind. Haters will come. They will hate you for no reason. They will hate you for anything that you do, no matter how right or how wrong. Even if there is nothing at all that they could pick at, they would find somewhere out of the fluff and hate you. Let them. Let them do so, for you will rise above. So long as you hold to your faith in what you do and continue to do right by yourself. Do not right by others, no. Do right by you. Do right by yourself. For we cannot compare our journey to any other, no. We must compare our journey to ourselves and see indeed if we are doing better than the us from yesterday. I personally would like to do better than the me from yesterday, which is why I have new ideas for my ASMR coming very soon. Very, very soon. And I think that will be fun. I look forward to it. And for tonight, I think after I end this podcast, I'm going to take a little magical journey. I'm thinking of firing up Magic Legends. I haven't streamed it for a few days. Thinking of throwing it on, going around smashing things. It'll be a smashing time. And I look forward to that. So, thank you to all of you for joining me on this little morning podcast, for this little morning conversation. I hope you have had a good time, and I hope you will remain undaunted, strong, and unapologetic. Now, for those of you listening to this on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For those of you listening on Anchor and Spotify, don't forget to keep following for more of my content. And last but not least, I hope you will have a fantastic time on the rest of my stream. This is your robot signing off for the Monday. The stream will continue, so let's go.